SMT Nation, we are back. Nation, in today's video, we're going to take a look at this article from Peter over at washingtonblade.com. I'm going to link it for you so you guys can read it. But I'm going to give you an overview of the talking points. I'm going to give you guys my take. And I think what we could do here is kind of explain how Verizon has kind of changed in a negative way towards customers over the course, I'd say, of the last few years. Anyways, let's talk about it here. Again, the article will be linked in the description. There you can also find ways to support us. Please do like and share this video. Subscribe if you're new here and turn on the bell notifications icon to never miss an upload from the SMT. All right, folks, this article is written by Peter, who is I called him a lifelong Verizon customer. I think he described as having, Verizon services for several decades. He mentioned the Bell split back in the 1980s, right? So this is a long time subscriber, back before even Verizon was actually Verizon. He started off the article describing what we've documented here on the channel, where like auto pay discounts have been reduced, right? So for those of you that didn't see the video or aren't aware of this, Verizon notified customers that the discounts for auto pay and paperless billing are being cut in half. And that's something that he voiced displeasure for after, for a long time, he didn't have auto pay or paperless billing discounts. He agreed to it and sometime last year, and now he's losing part of that discount. The other thing he spoke to was a messed up phone order. I think some kind of like an overcharge or something on the bill. So he had a billing issue, and you get the vibes that he typically didn't really have these problems previously, right? And then he talked about the hours and hours that he was on call with customer care to try to resolve these issues. He described it as getting nowhere, described, the customer care reps not being able to do anything. So you get kind of that systematic issue of they can't do anything, they won't do anything, or some combination of the two, right? And then he went on to describe the public relations folks over at Verizon being unresponsive, not talking to media. He wanted to see if he can get things fixed before he took it to publication and made an article on these things. So this kind of concludes this video with this sentiment. Verizon has become less consumer responsive over the last several years, less inclined to fix customer related issues in a timely fashion, right? So they're putting customer care on the back burner, not really making it a primary concern, right? Definitely making it accessory and secondary. So that is pretty clear and obvious. I think the bigger issue is being unable to resolve customer related issues in a timely fashion. You shouldn't need Verizon PR to fix problems. You shouldn't need, a third, fourth, or fifth call or a multi-hour call to fix a billing issue. And we understand, they are all about cost savings, and the pressure from the investor continues to be applied day in and day out. But there was a time, not even that long ago, last year, the year before, where the customer churn rate at Verizon spiked. And it was cost related. It was price increase related. But it's not crazy to think that a customer churn spike could happen because of a lack of customer care, right? And by customer churn rate, we're talking about retention. And if you're not retaining your customers, they're leaving. Because if you're an expensive provider or you're charging premium pricing for your services and your customers are having a hard time dealing with the company, why would they hang around and pay a lot of money for that? It'd be one thing if you were paying full price premium pricing for services, and you were getting proper customer care and you were not having issues. But the problem is a disconnect between what the customer expects and what they're paying for, and I don't know exactly how much the bill is for Peter or what have you, but I do hear this quite a bit where people say things like Verizon is expensive and I expect more from them, especially when it comes to customer, addressing customer care needs, and T-Mobile continues to win, JD Power awards for customer care satisfaction, and you see them growing continuously. right? And I think that has to be celebrated. The company that is growing the fastest is the company that cares the best, right? And just looking at JD Power satisfaction survey, that used to be Verizon. I can tell you guys, I really never had issues with Verizon for the first 15 or even almost 20 years that I had them. And just recently, I'd say since 2019, 2020, 2021, I've had to resort to customer care on multiple occasions, and they have not taken care of the issues on the first call, or the second call, or the third call. There have been times where they did not fix the issue at all, and I had to take matters into my own hands and reach out to the office of the president. We're talking about executive branches of customer care. It should not have to get to that point. Some of these issues are minor and small and need to be fixed immediately. It's a waste of time, and it puts them at risk to lose their customers. And when you look at what Verizon has done with big cable, enabling them to take, market share, it gives you the impression it feels like they would much rather lose their customers to some other companies and just make money off the wholesale rates and not deal with customers. It's quite frustrating. And, as someone who, speaks very glowingly to the Verizon network, this is definitely a black eye, an article like this on the Verizon company. And, maybe it requires a new mind frame. Maybe it requires a new philosophy, possibly new leadership at the company to change this. Because I personally don't see this changing. I see it regressing. I see it moving in the wrong direction. I mean, they're building a hell of a network. They want to densify. They want to build small cells and CRAN, the 5G ultra wideband, the investment into fiber. All those things are worth celebrating. But this is a basic premise of business, is customer care and customer retention. And I have to say, this has become a severe weakness at Verizon, a severe weakness that did not exist in the past. And that's the problem. When a customer is paying a price, they have an expectation. And if a company doesn't meet that expectation, you see why T-Mobile continues to take their market share. And you see why companies like Comcast with Xfinity and Spectrum Mobile, right, with Charter, why they continue to take share. And we can make this about, customer care isn't good at any company. Well, then why the hell is T-Mobile still gaining share? And why the hell do people still celebrate T-Mobile for customer care performance? Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's not kid ourselves. Customer care is not good at Verizon. It's pretty clear. All right, what do you guys think? Comment down below. Anything that I discussed in this video, personal experiences. Let's not get too emotional. But let's discuss some factual, anecdotals kind of direction of this company. Looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say. You all, the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.